Hey, welcome back to the 5 Minute Quickie. The 5 Minute Quickie episode here at Personal Development Unplugged with me, Paul, where we're going to muse and come up with maybe a couple of steps to help build self-confidence and rebuild self-esteem. In fact, it is really rebuilding self-confidence because you've got all the confidence you need. You're just not using it. You're not accessing it. And you've got all the self-esteem you need, but we're not really accessing the real part of you that is so good. That's all. So what we're going to do? Well, we have to think, first of all, this rebuilding low self-esteem. What is low self-esteem? Well, low self-esteem and lack of confidence, I guess, is like you seek external validation, or you're seeking validation of you. Thing is, externally, you might get it. People will say, yeah, great job. Well done. You're really good. You don't believe it, do you? Of course you don't. Because self-esteem, self-confidence, it's in the title. Self. You get it from yourself when you believe in yourself. And it's not overconfidence, because overconfidence is where you make silly errors. It's competence and confidence in your competence, which is confidence in your skills. And you can only get that from inside, from you and your best mate, your unconscious mind, when you're aligned and you get your validation from yourself. No other bugger. You don't need anybody else to tell you how good you are. I'll tell you how good you are because you've got to have it from me as well. But you just don't know how good you are. And whatever you think you are, it's a lovely saying, whatever you think you are, you're more than that. Because you always are. And what you think, even then, you're more than that. So I wanted to give you a couple of things to do. A couple of things to think about, to muse over a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, where you can start to find your inner confidence, find your self-esteem, and know how great you really are. Now, one way to do it, and here's one way. I'm going to give you two ways, but they're sort of, the first way is Make daily notes. Make daily notes of what you've done well. They don't have to be big things as well. Little things that just go, oh, I did that. Oh, I did this. And you could have a little book with you. And we used to call it the homework from life, which I got from a guy called Matthew somebody, and I can't remember his surname, but just making notes daily. At the very, very worst, once a day, you look through the day in your mind and go, find one thing. What was the one thing? The best thing I did today. And write it down. And notice how it makes you feel. If you do more than one thing, write that bugger down too. If you do 20 things, write those buggers down. I want you to write everything down in that little book, just little bullet points, the things you did well, because you're now validating yourself. Now, long time ago, I did, and it was it wasn't hashtag, it's an FMQ, another 5-minute quickie, way back, FMQ 260. And we talked about, can't remember the title, but it talked about giving fishes. And fishes were a little note of how good other people were. And I want you, and it also went to a thing called the jar of awesomeness. And in that jar, you'd have a little jar on your desk, by your bed. By your bed. It's a lovely place to put it, by your bed. And every time, instead of writing in a book, you write in the book, but then you transfer it into a little notepad. And each little note goes into that jar of awesomeness. So at the end of the week, you look at that jar. You go, wow. So you could have your book of awesomeness. Even the title says, you're awesome. That's the thing to do. And how long does it take? It doesn't take any time at all. It takes no time at all. Oh, come on. Just make a note how good you were, what you did well. And I guarantee you, the more you do this, your self-confidence, your inner confidence, I call it supreme inner confidence, and I got a program about that, but this is just the thing you need, supreme inner confidence. And your self-esteem will start to glow and shine and radiate from you. And you're going to feel so good. So minimum daily, one thing I did good. The other thing you can do, and if you go to one of the longer podcasts, hashtag 78, and there's also Hypnosis Track 78.1, it's all about my qualities. I'm not going to go all over it again about my dark space in the life that I had in the past. I had to come up with some qualities of my life to get my self-esteem back, to get my self-confidence back. And it's all about finding the qualities in you that you have already, just that you've forgotten the buggers. And if you spend 10 minutes just, following that podcast and noting down the things that you have, the qualities, the skills you've learned, the things you know. And it could be things like, even I can tell a joke, I can be a little bit humorous, I can be kind. Doesn't have to be technical skills, but all those technical skills too. Listening. I can help. I can be around. I can smile, I can breathe, all these wonderful things. They're all qualities. Write them down. And then when you start to have that as a foundation and you start to make these notices, little notes of how well you did in the day, I guarantee you, after 7 days, you'll look back and you'll go, wow, I didn't realize. I'm pretty awesome. My awesome book tells me I'm awesome. So go and get yourself a little book of awesomeness, and make those notes down. Let me know how you get on. Email me, feedback@personaldevelopmentunplugged.com. I want to know. I want to know how good you are. And then I'll reinforce it for you. Because, as I said, you're more than what you think you are. And you're more than that. So let's get ourselves being the awesome person that we are. And shine a light out there to everyone. To help them guide themselves to their awesomeness. Yeah. Do that. Email me, feedback@personaldevelopmentunplugged.com, and look at those past episodes, FMQ 260 and the hashtag 78. Have a listen to those, and they'll all go as a foundation of letting this awesomeness rekindle. Have that flame of awesomeness shine brightly and keep you warm. Okay? So until the next time, my friend, you go be awesome. Okay. See you soon. Bye-bye now.
Warning, you are now leaving the unplugged mind of Paul Clough. It's time to fly on your own. Be brave, my friend.
Personal Development Unplugged.